He's intense, unpredictable in the best way. And sometimes he goes so over the top, it somehow feels perfect. S.J. Suryah is one of those actors you just can't ignore. But what's most fascinating is how a romantic director from the early 2000s somehow transformed into Tamil cinema's certified meme villain god. You see, S.J. Suryah didn't even begin as an actor. He was a director first, and not just any director. He gave us Vaali, Kushi, and the famously wild New. His films were loud, risky, and unapologetically controversial just like him. And yes, he once cast himself as a baby trapped in a man's body. That was peak Suryah. He wanted to be the next big hero. But fate had a different plan and no one saw it coming. His leading man phase never truly landed. The films didn't connect, the box office didn't bite. And for a while, it felt like S.J. Suryah might fade out as one of those what-if talents. But then, in 2016, Iravi, Suryah gave us something completely unexpected. He played a broken, bitter filmmaker full of regret. There was no screaming, no theatrical chaos, just a raw, quiet ache. And in that moment, he proved something vital. S.J. Suryah could light up a scene with madness or move you with quiet pain. In 2017, he returned not as a hero but as something far more memorable. In Spyder, he played a smiling, sadistic psycho who sang lullabies before committing murder. It was spine-chilling. He didn't just perform the villain, he devoured the screen. And then came Mersal. Suryah played Dr. Daniel Arokyaraj, a cold, corrupt medical mastermind whose calm exterior hid terrifying ambition. He wasn't just a corporate villain, he was systemic evil personified. Matched up against Thalapathy Vijay, Suryah's measured menace and icy control made him the perfect counterweight. It was yet another sign. S.J. Suryah wasn't just born to play the villain, he was born to redefine it. Then came Maanaadu. Time loops, corrupt cops, paranoia. As the cop caught in a loop of endless confusion and rising madness, he didn't just play the role, he transformed it into performance art. Each reset made him more chaotic, more human, more hilarious. Audiences couldn't get enough. In Dawn, he slipped into the skin of a strict, deadpan professor named Bhuminathan, a cold disciplinarian who commanded every frame with sharp wit and simmering rage. The hero may have had the emotional arc, but Suryah was the one people remembered. Then came Mark Antony. Suryah didn't just act, he doubled down. Literally. He played both Jackie Pandian, a ruthless gangster who rises to power after losing a friend, and Madhan Pandian, his brash, flamboyant son. The father was all calm, menace, and slow-burning rage. The son was unfiltered chaos. And Suryah brought both to life with such precision that the duality felt like two different actors. It was electrifying. This was the role that earned him a new title, Nadipu Arakan, acting beast. Not just a meme villain, not just a character actor, but a full-blown force of nature who could shapeshift between madness and menace at will. In Jigarthanda DoubleX, S.J. Suryah dialed down the mania and leaned into something more restrained. As Ray Dasan, the passionate and desperate filmmaker, his pain felt real, his drive relentless. This wasn't meme acting. This was layered, powerful, unforgettable work. Ryan. Suryah returned to gangster mode again, this time as Sethuraman, a presence that felt less like a man and more like a wolf circling its prey. He didn't charge in with noise or fury. He observed, waited, calculated. Leaning against a wall, eyes sharp with menace, he was all quiet stillness, the kind that makes everyone else nervous. You could feel the violence simmering under the surface. He didn't have to move fast, he just had to watch. And in that silence, he was terrifying. That same year, he did something darker. In Sari Podha Sanivaram, he became Daya, a psychopathic cop who ruled over his beat like a dictator. He wasn't a villain in the usual sense. He was worse, a man who believed he was doing right by unleashing terror. When he hurled a man off a moving car, it wasn't action, it was horror. Real cold horror. And in Veera Dheera Suran, he shifted again. Now, he was the righteous cop, SP Arunagiri. Controlled, just, composed. And yet, even in that stillness, he burned. An 18-minute single-take sequence, no cuts, no breathers, saw him storm a gangster's den with only presence and pressure. It wasn't loud. It was tight, focused, relentless. At this point, the transformation was complete. S.J. Suryah was no longer trying to be anyone else. He wasn't chasing hero status or waiting for validation. He had become something else entirely, something cinema desperately needed. Because he's unpredictable. He's cinematic chaos in human form. He doesn't just act, he lives every second of it. He's like if Jim Carrey walked onto a Tamil film set, theatrical, memeable, and somehow deeply committed. He'll cry, he'll laugh, he'll explode. And then he'll pull you into it, whether you're ready or not. That's what makes him gold for today's audiences. He is the performance. And he performs like his life depends on it. S.J. Suryah may never be your typical mass hero. But he doesn't need to be. Because now, in 2025, he's something even rarer. A character actor with a mass fan base. A villain who steals hearts. And a performer who makes every single role unforgettable. In a world full of formula, S.J. Suryah is pure, untamed cinema. If you're this into the video, thank you for your precious time. That's all for today, guys, from Notes on Light. Feel free to comment below with what video you'd like next. Until then, take care.